Ben is waiting to get fitted for the suit. He asks Johnny if the penance stare works on anybody who's ever unalived someone. And Ben asks him if it would work on Galactus. The guy has spent centuries devouring planets and has unalived millions and billions of people. And maybe if you use the penance stare, it will bring him to justice. Ben tells Johnny, just think about it. And Johnny's like, dude, he's in space. How would I even find him? This isn't a huge problem for Johnny. He just goes and finds a rocket ship and latches himself onto it. And as they get deeper into space, Johnny just opens a portal. Really good plot convenience here. Next, we see a random alien species that's about to be devoured by Galactus, talking about how they knew their planet's devastation was inevitable, but they fought for the right to exist, and they were not afraid when it was happening. And we witness Galactus devouring this planet. Galactus starts to lay in space coordinates for his next jump, but then he hears someone yell his name. Johnny says, I am here to call you to account for all of your crimes. Galactus doesn't really care about this. He just calls him a little insect and tells him to go away. But Johnny's like, little insect? Alright. And sizes himself up to be on par with Galactus, and they start throwing hands. Johnny says, do I have your attention now? And Galactus says yes. Johnny attempts to use the penance stare on Galactus to absolutely no avail. The penance stare does not work on Galactus. And this is when Uatu the Watcher shows up. And Uatu tells Johnny that the penance stare has no effect on him because he doesn't feel any guilt or remorse for what he's done. He feeds on planets because that is his nature, the same way that sharks feed on a fish. And Uatu begins to tell Johnny the story of how Galactus came into being. He tells him that all other prior universes had their own version of Galactus, and that after trillions and trillions of years, the only thing left in their universes was them. Johnny hears this and he thinks, so you're just saying that all of this is pointless? Universe after universe, our only purpose is to feed this beast? And Uatu asks him, does it make sense to plant crops and not harvest them? And he tells Johnny that Galactus has to do this because he sees it as a means to an end and prepare for the birth of the next universe. And he continues by saying that when Galactus eats a planet, it's not just the planet that he's eating, it's their art, it's their stories, it's their culture, and their people. And that when Galactus finishes devouring the entire universe, he reaches critical mass, which starts a new cycle and a new universe. Uatu tells Johnny that the point of this is that someday the universe will reach perfect creation, and that all of the struggles and pain over billions and trillions of years will all be worth it once they reach perfection. Johnny tells Uatu, yeah, I don't really care. Galactus doesn't get a free pass for his crimes because of something that's going to happen trillions of years from now. And Uatu tells Johnny, if you unalive Galactus, future universes will not be born. And Johnny says, that's not my problem. I'm not done with this, and I'm not done with Galactus. But Uatu says, oh yeah, you are. Before Johnny can even realize it, he's back in New York City, right outside of the restaurant where Ben and Alicia are on their date.